Oh,
Hi guys, so we're here today with my good friend and coaching client, Mr. Michael Stewart. How's it going?
really good, Rick. Awesome. Thank you. How are
Lovely.
you?
So Michael's been on the program. For how long you been on the program now?
It's over just over a year now. Oh God, no. 18 months, I think, actually.
Yeah, about 18 months, coming up to 18 months. So Michael's hit an amazing milestone in the business, but before we go into that, give us a little bit of a backstory of like where you were before you were working with myself and the Growth Network, what the issues were, how you felt, things that you maybe tried before, etc., etc.
There's loads there. So a day job, I work as a secondary school teacher. But I was a passion for martial arts and eventually took the plunge to start my own club. Um, and it was just before COVID lockdown, so great timing. But coming out of COVID, we had 12 students.
Yeah.
Um, it's just bumbling along, to be honest. You'd see stuff on the internet, or saying, "Oh, you should do Facebook ads." Like, all right, I'll do that because that's what you do. No idea of how to craft an ad, how to set it up, how to budget it, how to,
Mm.
and actually living in very closed mindset, living in fear, sort of thinking, "Oh, I think I might spend £5 on an ad, or I might spend £10, or I'm pushing it now," and then wondering why things are not happening. You might get the odd nibble or get a bite, and you get really excited and think, "Oh, this is working. I'm growing." It's the empire, but
Yeah.
nothing really. But again, it's one of those things you don't really know what you don't know because you live in this world of ignorance. But
Yeah.
you put a post out, which I reacted to, when we jumped on a call and had a chat about a few things. Um, and so, yeah, I you know, took the plunge. I liked what I heard, what you were saying, and you seemed to pick everything, every pain point I had, everything I was struggling with, which I didn't realize until we had that phone call.
Mm.
Um, and then suddenly realized that actually you'd say on one call, do A, B, and C. I go, oh, all right, then I'll do that. Wow, got results. And it was just every week it was like that. So I soon realized the value of, those accountability calls and taking action, because the results just kept coming in. So yeah, I think I don't know, I want to say 7 months ago now, you know, the dream for me when we started talking was, could I actually get to 60 students, actually get there? Wow, it'd be brilliant. Because the goal was to leave the day job.
Yeah.
So I eventually got to 60 and it was very exciting, but frustrating at the same time because I'd hit 60, then I'd lose a couple of students and hit 61, 62, lose a couple. And it was this mindset. It was like a light bulb moment. You just said, oh, stop thinking of 60. Why think, it's 80 now. Think of 80. And it was like, oh, all right then. And then it was like, bang, do A, B, C. Again, it's like usual. Do this, and this. And everything starts going again. So yeah, I was really blown away the other week when attended the mastermind call, and it was literally the night before our mastermind meeting, actually, that I had my 100th student join the club, which is really
Congratulations,
good.
man.
And yeah, it was a big one because I'd never have even dreamed of that. I used to think 60 would be fantastic, but at the time of starting, it was the price I was charging students. I think I remember you saying to me, sort of a slap in the face kind of wake up Mike phone call, like you're charging 1940s prices. So the thought of upping, doubling my prices, upping my prices was like they're all going to leave. They're going to leave
Mm.
from 12 to 100 on the higher price point. Has made a massive difference to the kind of money coming in, which has made leaving my job very exciting now. So
That's awesome.
it looks like it's actually gonna happen.
Hey there, martial arts school owners. Before we continue, I wanted to take a quick moment just to invite you to our thriving community over on Facebook. It's called the Martial Art Business Growth Network Open Community, and it's packed with valuable tips, insights, and a supportive network of like-minded individuals just like you. Plus, it's completely free. Now, inside that group, you'll gain access to exclusive content, live Q&A sessions, and direct interaction with industry experts, including myself. It's the perfect place to ask questions, share experiences, and stay updated with the latest strategies to help you take your martial arts school to new heights. Now, that's not all. If you are ready to dive even deeper into maximizing your martial arts school's potential, I'm offering a limited number of free business booster calls. During these personalized sessions, we'll discuss your unique challenges and goals, and I'll give you up to 3 solutions for any challenges that you're facing right now. So to join our thriving Facebook community or to book your free business booster call, simply click on the link below and I'll see you there. Enjoy the rest of the video. That's good. That's really, really good. So what do you think was if you could say the one main thing that was like the catalyst, if that's the right word, yeah, it is, isn't it? Catalyst to make the change, especially when you got to like that 50, 60 mark to push through to get to where you are now. What do you think that would have been? What have we worked on?
It was something I was quite resistant to initially, because I didn't think it was for me. I thought it was for the big clubs. You kept saying, right, staff. If you want to get more, you need to work on your staff. And I was thinking, who the hell is going to sign up to work for me? I'm only a little club, but you've got these 2 wonderful programs in place. The ULA, the younger kids, which is a wonderful program, which you kept pushing and saying, you need to do it, you need to do it. And I was like, yeah. And eventually, with the arm twisted around my back, I was like, right, I'm doing it. I did it. And 6 families came forward and said, yes, please. And it was like, oh, okay. And those 6 became like real pillars of my club. When the juniors, because my juniors club class was filling up really quickly. And it was like, my biggest fear as a school teacher as well is having no control, having a hall. I call it, looks like I'd be shepherding cats. I really don't want to be doing that. All these bodies running around. So I was approaching that with the numbers as they were growing. So having these 6 come in gave me real structure, but it gave the families of, the kids who come together, the parents and the kids, these 6 role models. Suddenly it was like these kids really had their standout. They really stood out in the group. They were role models for the younger kids. They, if I said, Jude, could you line those 6 up over there? Bang, yes, sir. He ran off, got them done. And so other parents were saying things like, oh, what age can my kids sign up to doing this as well? So that generated extra revenue for the business, but it also elevated the club's status as well, because parents were now telling their friends when they're doing drop-offs at schools, like, oh, my kid does taekwondo with Southern Taekwondo and it's really good. So I've started having other kids from other clubs parachuting themselves into my club, which is good. And now I've also started the instructor training program, which is another real mindset shift, because I do it all. This is me. But yeah, again, I've got two current members who jumped at the chance to be involved in it, and they're going to really, help us blow past this 100 mark and get even bigger, because to grow, you need help, and that's been the big shift for me.
Awesome. That's good. That's brilliant. It's good to hear. Very, very good to hear. So, as we know and as we've spoken about a lot, it's there's a mindset shift that needs to happen at different stages in order to accommodate the growth. One of the things that I say quite a lot is to have more, you have to be more. Where is that? Well, what are your thoughts on that from your journey from the beginning to now, and going forward in the future? And how's it manifested itself, the mindset shift and stuff like that?
It really has resonated with me, because when you're a struggling club, struggling in the sense that your numbers are low, you don't really know what you're doing, you're kind of just turning up and hoping for the best, because that's kind of what it was like initially. Starting out, I was thinking, I know what my old instructor used to do, so I'll just do the same thing. Yeah. But actually, I left him because I wanted to do better. So, but then I didn't know how. So having that mindset shift to be receptive to more information, to taking things on, as you start learning, you realize that if I look back at myself when I started, I'm a totally different person. Because I was turning up and just hoping people would just walk in. And I'm not a quitter, but it was getting quite tough when I was thinking I'm trying to do this so I can leave my day job, but I haven't got the numbers to facilitate that. Whereas now, I'm not bragging, but I'm beginning to feel more like an authority in the area. I've got other clubs sort of reaching out to me and asking me, saying things like, "God, I see your stuff everywhere. You're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, you're popping up on a Facebook all over the place." And without wanting to give too much away, I just let the members do all the talking. To be honest, I put my marketing stuff out there as I normally do, but I think it's my members that do all the talking. And as I've grown as a martial artist and a school owner, I've noticed as well when people contact me, the first thing they'll say is, "God, we see your stuff everywhere. So and so, my daughter goes to the same school as Reed over there, and just desperate to join." So instead of fighting to get kids in, I'm sort of deciding who's going to come in, which is
that's good.
It's quite a nice situation to be in, I guess.
Awesome, that's good. So right now, a couple of weeks ago, we had our quarterly mastermind with all the other clients and stuff, the ones that could make it. How did you feel in that mastermind as an individual compared to how you used to feel when you first started? Just share that with everybody.
I really look forward to those masterminds because I always find, they're always held in the Midlands where you guys are based, and I come from the South Coast, so it's a trek, but it's a trek I happily make because I feel like I'd be missing out on something, like a big thing, if I didn't turn up. Because everyone I've been to has been like something, I'm not exaggerating when I say feels like it makes the ground shake when I come back and go, right, I'm doing this, bang. And I always think of the last one prior to this one. It was the awareness campaigns, things like that. It was like, wow, bang, and it's made a huge difference. So when I first went into it, it was I remember coming to the first one because I'd seen most of these guys around and about on the internet, and you sort of see this. The settings are amazing, by the way, where you have them. But as you approach and you see them all sat around a table from a distance, and you think, I'm going to go in a room with them. You're sort of peeping around and you're like sneaking in, sitting in a corner somewhere, hope not. But, they're all, I've got nothing but love for those guys. They're all so positive, so helpful, and they just make you feel like part of the team, really. So, yeah, initially it was very sort of tiptoeing in, sit quietly, head down, just keep scribbling. Whereas now I'm beginning to feel, like I'm getting there now. There's some big club, school owners in the group. But yeah, I count a lot of them as friends now because, I can reach out to them at any point. I can drop them a message and they can reply. Whereas, like I said, I'd seen them around and about and thought, God, those guys are, they're up there. Whereas now I know that anything I need, I can just reach out to them, and so it's a really good group. The atmosphere and the setup, and it's all thanks to you as well for facilitating that.
Thanks. But I think that's powerful, isn't it? It's like the fact that everybody in the group, they're just nice people, really nice people. Without talking to them and explicitly asking them how big their business is. No, there's nobody bragging, walking in and saying, "Hi guys, I've just hit 800 members today." You know what I mean? It's like not really the mentality or the ethos of the group. Student numbers are very, very important because it's a gauge of success. But like obviously there's there's a massive focus on revenue generation and profitability, and solid business structure as well, ways of doing things and working smarter, not harder. What would you say to anybody they're running their business and they just feel overwhelmed at the moment and they're just running around doing different things and they've got a family and everything? What would your advice to them be?
It would be just take action and get on board now, because I've been there, and I'm sure there'll be days when I get there again. But I think in the past, when you have those days of being overwhelmed, if you get there and there's no way out, and that's all you're doing, and you're hoping for the best. Isn't there an old saying that says if you're doing something and not getting the results and keep doing the same thing. It's like the definition of madness or something like that. If you're getting burnt out and you just keep doing the same thing, a couple of things will happen. Either you'll quit or you'll get very ill. I found that actually in a group, when you have those days, whether it's the weekly phone call when you just sort of offload all of that and you say, Rick, I can't go, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. 99% of the time at the end of that phone call, I get a nice little list of, here's how you fix it, Mike. Do this, do that, do that. And then I go and it's like, oh, it's gone away. The problem's gone away, or go to the meetings or posting that problem that you're struggling with in the group. Someone or some people will jump in and say something or give you some advice. You have to take action because the wealth of knowledge in the group is unbelievable. Any problem you have, and again, it's all relative, I guess, but like if you're sat there thinking, I can't cope, it's the end of the world, someone else will be going, that's not actually a problem. Here's how you fix it. And that's for me been very powerful because, like I say, my day job is a crippling day job, which is why I want to leave it, because I've seen it change over the 19 years I've done it. Whereas this is now my outlet, as most people would have. In fact, when I started it, everyone I said to me would say to me, "Ooh, is there any money in that, Mike? Can you actually make that work?" Probably not if you haven't got the guidance, But with the guidance, it is working because I'm seeing it now, and we talked about the student numbers. Yeah, it's sort of like a measure of how you're getting on, but I wouldn't say, yeah, I've got 100 now, but I want 400 by December. No, because I'm not ready for that. I haven't got the systems in place for that. I haven't, that will break me.
Yeah,
maybe I can get there, in a couple of years' time with implementation of the right, strategies. Yeah. But that's what you bring.
That's good. That's really, really cool. Also, the other thing as well that people probably don't know about is the guides, the videos and stuff like that. I mean, how much have you utilized them, and what value?
I use them and I go back to them, in fact, and review them because when I think about some of the ones I've done, whether it was the Avatar or the Pro Shop Max, all those things, at the time of doing them, it makes a massive difference. And then you go back and look at them and you realize that, well, I'm just going to tweak that because the Facebook ad guide, every time I look at that, I see something different.
Yeah.
Like I say, when I used to do ads, they would come in at like £20 a lead, and I'd go, "Oh, this is all right, this is working." And then you put the video up in the group and the guide, and I did that, and it came right down. I was like, "Bloody hell, this is like printing money now." And then I did it again. What was it, 2 months ago? And the leads were coming in at. I remember saying to them, they're like, "Rick, they're £5 a lead. This is ridiculous. I can't keep up. They're like pouring in." And you were saying to me, "Well, you need to get a member of staff and admin staff to take care of that." And then I was like, "Oh," and you said, "No, do it." And I've done it, and my world has got so much easier because those guides tell me how to, maximize what I'm doing, how to perfect, those different strategies, the different techniques, and they open up other avenues of business that I probably hadn't considered as well.
That's good. That's really, really cool. Yeah, like I say, for those guys are like videos and documentation, PDFs, worksheets, and everything, step-by-step guides to pretty much every single area of the business. And it's a growing resource. Every few months, I just dump a load of new things in there based on what's actually happening in the world. Like I'm about to put some artificial intelligence stuff in there as well. That I've been using, as well as a few other things with Google marketing and stuff. But it's it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, Mike. It really, really.
Oh, thank you.
And a massive well done on your success. And just keep pushing, just stay the level of consistency. I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, instead of everyone looking for that one key thing, that magical Facebook ad or that magical free gift that they can get online from somebody's post, it's not about that. Nobody has ever built a massive business from just pulling free shit from online, and from different people's Facebook groups and stuff. Will that help each thing give you an insight? Yeah. That takes a lot. The free resources I give out, it gives value. It does give value, but it's 0.00001% of the whole picture in order to get success, regardless of what that that resource might be that I'm giving away. It's about consistency, and it's about accountability and doing the right things day in, day out. And the right things doesn't mean working yourself to the bone. It means working as efficiently as you can so that you can have the life that you have. That's a successful business.
Do you know the thing I like about what you do as well is, like you say, you've always used the phrase pulling certain levers at certain times,
Yeah.
because most people who, if you're not in a system like yours, will have their foot down on the accelerator all the time
Yep.
and then break.
Yeah.
Whereas with you, I mean, there's been times when you've said, right, stop doing that now, ease off on that. Have you had time to spend with the family? Have you had a break? And, I have to do that, because otherwise you live with blinkers on and you just keep going and going and going. And it's handy to have someone to see when you need to ease off and put your foot down. Make no mistake, when you say it's time to put the foot down, it is time to put the foot down. And foolish you if you don't put your foot down. You get left behind. But yeah, it's definitely you're very aware of people's positions and when they need to change gears.
100%. Well, thank you for that. Well done once again. Thank you for taking the time out as well, because I know you're a busy man. And anybody watching this or listening to this, if you're on the fence or you're stuck with your business and you want to do coaching, but you have all that bullshit going around your head, oh, it's expensive, it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, why are so many people saying we work with the Growth Network and we've got good results? It's down to how hard you work. I've had people removed from the group because they just don't want to do any of the work to better themselves, because that's not what we're about. We're about working smarter, not working harder, but getting results and moving forward because of the other people that it can affect. So if that sounds like something that you can handle, moving your business forward to get the benefits, and if you've liked the things that Michael has spoken about today and what I've mentioned, then just reach out. We're not ogres, we're here to help. Take care, and I'll see you all soon on the next video. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.